So I'm starting over again, but this time from experience, and I'm gonna bring you along for the ride. Too late. You already signed up. If this is your first time making a film, or you've been making films and kind of a little refresher, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Kind of just starting from the basics. When I started back in 2012, I started with an iPhone 3GS, then worked my way up to a 4. Then I just kind of worked my way up. But when I started, and I'm going to take the experience I learned from, I'm going to take you through 2 simple concepts that you need to know in order to get going and avoid burnout. Okay, so how do you bring your vision to life? We need to keep it simple. So let's start with an idea and write something simple. It could be an idea about a character that goes from one situation to another, and do they either make it or they don't make it? That is the simplest element of storytelling. There's a lot more that goes into it. There's a lot of layers. Let's keep it grounded, because this is your first time. How do you avoid a nightmare? You simplify. So just have a beginning, middle, and end. That's the basics of storytelling, is to have a beginning, a middle, and end. So think about that when you're creating your story. Keep it with one character, one location, and get creative. Because when you constrict yourself and you create yourself kind of like a box, it really makes you very creative, and you start coming up with these ideas. Don't hurt your brain. Second thing, you either have an idea of what looks good. I know there's videos out there that show you different types of shots. I would practice using these shots, real situations, so you can kind of get an idea of what these shots are. There's the close-up, medium, wide, dolly, Dutch angles. There's a bunch of different types of shots. To keep it simple, this is what you kind of need to have, bringing the audience into your own world. Write this down. All right, you got a pencil? You got a pen? Piece of paper? Put in your notes. All right. So remember these 3 things: a wide, a medium, and a close-up. Those are the 3 important shots you need to have in order to build a world and have people understand what's going on. So the wide establishes the geography of the place. And if you have a really good set design, or like the props and stuff, the visuals will show who this character is and what's the world that they live in. So a wide shot kind of establishes that. So that kind of builds up the geography, what's going on. People get a sense, okay, I kind of figure out what's going on. And then you shoot to a medium. A medium shot can either show who we're following, who's the character, why we should care, the things that they wear, the clothes that they have, kind of like gives the audience a perception of what this person is. So if they're all ragged and all messed up and looking all disheveled and all that, people would be like, okay, this person is really stressed out, or they could either be waking up. It kind of establishes a lot through costume. That's for other videos. And then you give the close-up. The close-up is kind of like showing what this person is doing, what's the object, what's the thing that they're interacting with, so they can kind of get a better idea of what's going on. Also, close-ups are good for reaction shots, details. Close-ups are also good to show something of importance. Those are the 3 shots you kind of have to have. The rest is just being creative. If you want to do other shots to kind of like give a better sense, you could do a handheld, you could do a follow shot, a dolly, a push in, a push out. It all depends on the situation and how do you want the audience to feel. To get coverage, you need a wide, a medium, and a close-up. Remember that when you're out here putting together your film, because if you don't have anything to kind of cut to, it kind of gets boring unless you're doing just a oneer. But a oneer sometimes has different shots inside of a oneer. For now, let's just keep it easy. Have a wide to establish, a medium to show who the character is, and a close-up to kind of see what's going on. Okay, those are the 2 concepts to kind of get you going. I could go on for hours talking about filmmaking process, because I just love everything cinema. I recommend that you go out there and you have fun. If it's just you, just get a tripod and your camera and have fun with it. I'm going to show you a video that I put together just using my phone, and then in another video I'll show you the behind the scenes, how I pull that off. So if you want to follow along, make sure you subscribe, like. I will share with you in another video other things that go into the filmmaking process, but I want to overwhelm you, because overwhelming your mind with so much other things that go on when you're barely getting started, like, kills your art, fun, that passion that you barely ignited. You got to take care of it and just have fun with it. The cool thing about every little thing that you make, it will be a lesson learned. So don't feel discouraged if like it didn't come out like you wanted. just know that on the next one, you kind of have an idea. Okay, I know from this that I'm going to do this next time. So that's why I'm saying have a simple story with one or two characters, one location or two locations. Give yourself some constraints by just using what you have and keeping it grounded, and kind of like rolling with the punches. When things don't go as planned, don't let something like the rain or someone not showing up, kill your fire. Keep that baby burning. And eventually, once you start going, people see that you're really into this and they'd love to be a part of it. You just have to say, hey, man, I'm doing this. And they'll be like, yeah, let's do it. I already went longer than I thought I was going to go. So, so my name is Nando Carter. And remember, anything is possible. I'll see you in the next video. You wouldn't be here listening to me if you weren't really into filmmaking or the world of cinema or just the cinematic. No, not gonna say cinematic. Or you're just a big fan of cinema.